This is what life in my house is like with a 15-year-old. Alexa, morning time.
Yes, Daddy.
Seriously.
Hey everyone, it's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel, RelaxCutGlue. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy to have you guys here with me today. So I apologize for getting this video out to you a little bit later in the day. I had problems with my editing software today and it just wasn't working for me. And a couple minutes ago, I was like, hey, let's just see. And it was working. So here I am to save the day. Just kidding. I know my videos don't save your day, but the fact that my software is working is saving my day. So I have this little piece of scrapbook paper that, well, actually it's cardstock. I keep a scrap bin with all my extra bits and bobs of pieces from projects that I've used. And the first place I always go when I'm starting a project is my scrap bin. I love to reuse pieces that are in there and stuff. So anyways, I had this piece of cardstock and I decided to make a few ATCs. It was just the right size to make 6. And it was just a little bit over, and I like to give myself a little wiggle room to cut off the edges of my ATCs when I'm making a masterboard. So this is just a mini masterboard, and I have all these little packs that I've received from Amazon, whether it be via a gift or I bought myself. And I wanted to use them. A lot of them are these little paper packs. And then I have these little tiny booklets right there that have little rectangular washi stickers in there. And so I thought, well, I'll use a little bit of everything that I have like this in these ATCs today. I didn't get around to using everything I had. I didn't even get to finish my ATCs. I only have 4 done, 3.5. I kind of a little iffy on one of them still. And so I will tackle the other 2 tomorrow. But yeah, I had a lot of fun using these little papers and making some cute little ATCs. I love making masterboards. Cutting them up is my favorite part because you just don't know what your piece is going to look like. And I love that. I love that so much. So I'm just kind of flipping through these papers, getting a feel for what's in there. I'm using the little containers that I got in my Hobby Lobby haul, and I was kind of filling them up as I went. So one of them I filled with these papers. I had never used them before. I think I got you get 4 or 5 little paper packs in it, and it's just little cut up papers. Honestly, I do like it because the paper is rather thin, which makes it great for collage. However, some of the pieces, you can tell that they've blown up like actual vintage papers, and it's kind of blurry a little bit on some of the papers. Like all the FLORA ones and stuff are great, but some of the wording on some of them are blurry because they obviously zoomed in and cropped it or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. I have a love-hate relationship with these little papers, but this is my first time using them, and I really liked making masterboards from them. I had a lot of fun with that. And then I used the lady washi stickers that I received from a little gift from a subscriber. And what else did I use? Oh, I did use one stamp. I had planned on putting stamps on all of them. The stamps I got from Hobby Lobby are connected to paper, like they cut it out of the envelope because they're used stamps, which is the cool part about it. So with the one stamp that I end up using here, I used my heat gun to heat up the stamp to help loosen the glue, like soften the glue so I could peel it away from the little piece of envelope paper it was attached to. And I was totally cool with some of the envelope paper coming off with it because it has the stamp from the post office, the actual like it's been used stamp, you know, on it. So yeah, I only ended up using one stamp on these ATCs just because I didn't want to deal with, I don't know, they just didn't work for what I was working with today, except for the one, and I'm still iffy about that. But let me tell you, I had so much fun. So while I was doing this, this morning, I was following all the breaking news and press conferences about Kylie Rodney and how they found her. Ventures with Purpose found her. I had a feeling they would. if you've been following that case, she's a 16-year-old girl in California who went to she graduated early. She was only 16 years old, and she went to a big party out in the woods with, 300 plus people. And there, there's all these conspiracy theories and such. Anyways, they found her yesterday, found her car with her in it. And so that was really sad. That's what I was doing while I was watching this, or doing my Masterboards, as I was following this case. And my heart just breaks for her mom and her dad and everybody who loved her. 16 years isn't very long on this planet, now is it? This case kind of hit home a little bit more for me, given that I have a 15-year-old son. I can't even imagine what her parents were going through this last couple of weeks, trying to find out where she was. Jackson also will be graduating early. He is young for his grade, and he will only be 17 when he graduates. So, I don't know. Anyways, okay. So that's what I was doing while I was working on my Masterboard. And today in the mail, I received a couple Happy Mails. Oh my gosh, you guys. I don't know what I've done to deserve so much spoilage. You guys have been spoiling me lately, and I can't thank you enough. I mean, you don't have to do that, but it does brighten my day, and I will be a very, very busy crafter for a very long time. So I will show you guys those in tomorrow's video, or the next video for sure, because I cannot wait to show you the things that arrived on my doorstep today. So exciting. I can't wait. So, ATCs, have you made them? Do you like making them? Are they your jam? I love ATCs, and I'll tell you why. And if you don't know what ATCs are, which I get asked this every time I do them, ATCs are artist trading cards. They are 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches, little pieces of art, and you can do anything you want. The only rule is, these are the rule. Okay, this is the only thing that I know of, and I've been doing these for many, many years. There really are 2 rules, and one of them is they are 2.5 by 3.5. And the other one is they are to be traded, not sold. So those are the 2 rules that I know of. There are Facebook groups that you can trade all around the world with people. I used to trade them all the time. I have a binder. Actually, I have 2 binders filled with ones that I've made and some that people have sent me, and ones that I've traded. And they're just a lot of fun. And I like them because it's a quick, easy project. Because it's only 2.5 by 3.5 inches, right? So it's really fun for me to make a Masterboard, cut it up, and then have a bunch of ATCs to play with. Now, I don't always just collage my ATCs. I also do mixed media. I've also done neurographic art. I've done drawing. I used to draw almost all of my ATCs for a very long time. I used to draw things on them. I've painted, I've sewn, I've made ATCs made out of fabric that were 2.5 by 3.5. Yeah, you name it. I have made them out of a lot of different mediums, and so can you. And they're really fun to trade, and they're great to send in Happy Mails, and yeah, they're a lot of fun. So you can really express yourself and make all different kinds. I mean, I should show you my binder of some that I've made. I've made Golden Girls ones, holidays, animals, vintage, not vintage, funny, snarky, beautiful, like all the things. And that's what I like about it, because you can, for somebody like me, I get bored really easily with my crafts. That's why I rotate around so much. And it's fun for me to be able to do ATCs and have a project actually finished, and, have a little piece of art to show for it. So it's really fun. I encourage you to try them. I really, really want to do an ATC swap with my channel. I was going to do it last year, but with everything going on with my dad, I didn't have it in me. And to be honest, I still kind of don't, but hopefully within the next few months, I'll be able to do that, because it is so much fun to swap. It is a lot of fun. So these papers came in 3 different sizes, like a square and then a medium rectangle and a larger rectangle. And because I was working with ATCs, I wanted my papers to be smaller, so I got more of a variety. When I cut up the paper and turned it into ATCs, I wanted a variety of paper on each ATC, if that makes sense. If I had used a bigger piece of paper to glue down, then there, it would fill up the whole ATC, and I wanted, a variety of papers on there. So yeah, I had a lot of fun. This is a lot of fun to do, like when you just, go ahead and put on a movie, and you could knock out a few of these and then, then sit down and do the ATCs after that. I don't know. Masterboards are fun. I love them. I love them so much. Now I'm turned my paper over, and the reason why I do this is because then I can use my little tool to kind of squish down the glue and everything without accidentally ripping up the papers or having my little tool like chop it up or smear it or whatever. So now I'm cutting them up into 2.5 by 3.5 pieces, and then I'll see my ATCs, what they actually look like. This is my favorite part. I love it so much. So fun. I'm watching this like, I'm not the one that just did this. I don't know, it's so fascinating. I love watching other people do this too. And I love that little trimmer. Oh my gosh, it's my favorite. Okay, so now it's the fun part. I'm putting all the little papers back. Move away, papers. Time to decorate. I'm not going to lie, when I got these little books, I laughed so hard because they are so freaking tiny. Like, I knew they were small when I ordered them. I did not realize they were so small, but it's perfect. They, it's just little square washi stickers. They're actually relatively see-through, which I love. So are the lady washi stickers that I received. They're actually pretty transparent as well. Because, sometimes with washi stickers, they aren't really very see-through. And I like them to be a little bit, okay, see-through is not the right word, transparent. These happen to be a little bit more transparent, and I really like that. But not too much, but you can still see the stuff underneath, and I like that. Now I'm just laying, this is back when I decided, I'm just going to use one of everything in all my ATCs. One stamp, one of these, one lady, blah, blah, blah. It didn't work. I decided once I started going that that's not what I wanted to do. I did put one of these stickers on each of them. That's about as far as I got. But then I decided that it was just too small to add so many things. And I could have left the ATCs just like that, but come on, where's the fun in that? I wanted to decorate some more. Oh, motorcycles are out. Oh my God, that guy is riding on the street with a tiki torch. He must have bought it at the store, and he's holding on to it with his, he's riding his motorcycle. That's awesome. Don't mind me, just me and my tiki torch taking a ride. Man, the stuff I see out this window, I'm telling you. I should do my videos around this time of day because it's like nighttime, so there's more, not nighttime, but like evening. And so there's, people walking around and stuff. Not so much right now because we're still in a heat wave here. Then I put it on crooked. You know how I am. My stuff has to be straight unless I purposely do it crooked. That's why a lot of times I do my words, like my sentences that I put on ATCs or art or whatever, I'll do them crooked sometimes on purpose, because then I know I tell myself, I'm putting these crooked on purpose, and my brain won't care. I know, it's weird. Got to trick that brain. All right, so now I got my 6 ATCs, and now I am going to round the corners on all of them. Totally not necessary. This is just a cosmetic thing. I prefer it. Cosmetic. That was a weird choice of words. I'm a weirdo. Anyways, I like to round the corners on my ATC, so that's what I'm doing. Rounding all the corners. 10 hours later. All right, we're rounded. And now I'm breaking out my ladies. Who's that lady? Okay, I can't do videos at night. I'm starting to get loony. This is when like my pain kicks in. I'm getting real tired and I'm just like, what? But this is fun. How fun is it to put all my little stickers in my new little containers? Is that not the funnest thing ever? Organizing with new little containers? That's probably why I have 5,000 containers. Like, I'm obsessed with containers. How many times can Nicole say the word containers? Too many. So I'm putting all the little ladies in there. Of course, I put them all nice. And they're, as soon as I close it and move it around, they're going to be everywhere. But, all right. So I'm laying them out, trying to decide who I want to use where. I love these ladies. They are pretty transparent, more transparent than I thought they would be. They do have a very large border around them, so I chose to trim the border and leave a smaller border. I decided to leave a smaller border for 2 reasons. One, I'm too lazy to fussy cut it all the way up to the line. Facts. And 2, sometimes having a thin border around helps the image pop, at least for me. That's what I find. So more often than not, I've been leaving little borders around my images when I'm fussy cutting because I feel like it helps it pop. You know what I mean? That's another reason why I ink around the edges. I know I've heard some people say that they don't like it when people ink because they're trying to make it look vintage when it's not vintage. That's not really what I'm doing here. I ink around the edges because it makes the art pop, and I think that's why so many of us actually ink around the edges. If I put these that's all folks. If I put these ATCs by each other and I put one that was inked around the edges and one that was not, there's nothing wrong with either one of them. In my opinion, the ones that are inked around the edges look more finished, and the inside, like the art of the ATC, pops more when there's a border around it. That's just my opinion. And again, it's personal preference. I used to not ink at all. I hated it. I hated watching it. I hated it when other people did it. It was so annoying. And here I am. I'm an inker. Funny how things happen. So don't feel pressured to ink your stuff. You don't have to. But yeah, I mean, there's some people ink to make things look vintage. Some people ink because it makes things pop. So, and some people don't ink at all because they hate it. So there's that. So I was going to use my new Tim Holtz little word book there, but they're all tan colored, which I love. That's why I got it, because I didn't have one. However, I felt like they blended in too much with the art that I was working with. So I went back to my black and white, and I didn't use my snarky ones this time. I'm rather proud of myself. But here's the deal. I shouldn't be patting myself on the back. The only reason why I didn't use my snarky ones is because it's in my bag across the room from when I was at the beach 2 weeks ago. Yep, that's right. My bag's only half cleaned out. I need to get on that. So many things to do, so little time. Inking. I love it. Love it. I'm telling you, it just makes it pop. I don't know what it is. Tell me down below in the comments, are you an inker or not an inker? Let me know. All right, so here's where I break out the stamps thinking, oh, I'm going to use these new stamps. I have a ton of stamps. I honestly didn't even need to buy these. I actually already have a container exactly like this orange one right here, full of stamps. So I don't know why I decided to use these today, but I just bought them, so I was trying to use stuff that I had just got. And I was trying to peel the stamp away from the paper, and it was not coming apart. And so I brought out my heat gun, and I just kind of held that over it for a little bit, front and back, and then I was able to peel the stamp away from the paper. Now it's on paper, like I mentioned earlier, because it's on an envelope. They just cut the stamp out. And, you know, you don't have to take away the envelope that's stuck to the stamp. I just did because it didn't fit what I was working with here. So yeah, so I kept some of the paper that was ripped on the stamp, and then I just inked the stamp so it wasn't so bright white, and kind of blended in more with the art that I had there. And that's the only stamp I ended up using today. I thought I'd need more stuff, but because my papers that I used in the background had kind of a lot of stuff going on, I didn't need like a lot of extras to decorate. So then I decided I didn't like that little corner being empty, so I stamped on it. And then once I turned the video off and was done, I decided that I wanted to outline the stamp. So when I show you this, you won't see the outline of the stamp, but when I show you a picture at the end, you will see that I outlined that little rubber stamp, not postage stamp. And here we go. I'm just stamping a little bit. I'm trying to use my clear cling stamps more because I have some good ones, and it's a great way to make ephemera and to add, you know, more things to your work. All right, guys, that's it for me today. I hope you had fun hanging out with me. I had a great time hanging out with you. Until next time, bye.